Hi guys, my name is Intan Nur Fatimah and my colleague Fadia Salsa Nabila. In this video, we will give a presentation about utilizing digital platforms in challenging times, implementation of Sustainable Development Goals. Wait, do you guys know what is Sustainable Development Goals? Sustainable Development Goals are a global movement to eradicate poverty, eliminate inequality in all sectors, and improve the environment. This movement has been agreed since 2016 for the next 15 years by approximately 193 countries to jointly create a prosperous and sustainable life on Earth. Well, this SDG has several indicators to be able to achieve these goals. One of them is quality education. Education is the key that enables the achievement of many other sustainable development goals. When people can get a quality education, they can survive in these difficult times. Let's call the COVID-19 pandemic, which is a difficult time for almost everyone. Therefore, we need to rack our brains to be able to adapt to the situations. However, life must go on, right? Utilization of technology is the most promising solution today. Various convenience provided by technology encourage people to use digital platforms at all times. This means that digitalization education must be socialized intensively to the public. What digital platforms are useful in these challenging times? First, we will discuss about social media. We all must be familiar with this social platform, right? There are many things we can do on social media, such as sending messages, getting information and insight from all over the world, getting entertainment, increasing relationships, and other features. Humans are social creatures. In the past, we were used to socializing face-to-face, making physical contact, gathering in one place, and today we are challenged to be able to change our mindset to adapt to the new, different circumstances. We are still social creatures, it's just that we need to socialize in a new way. Talking about social media, we can still communicate even if indirectly, through chat, calls, or video calls. If we want to communicate even more formally, there is a platforms that provides meeting or video conferences, Zoom and Google Meet. Both platforms are used pieces for communication, especially in a formal events such as lectures or schools, media meetings, interviews, and as casual communication platform as usual. People are getting used to Zoom and Google Meet. This indicates that we will be increasingly encouraged to digitize in challenging times.
During this challenging time, with many restrictions, we need to take advantage of technology to minimize physical contact with other people. E-wallet or electronic wallet help us to prevent the spread of the virus during this pandemic. E-wallet is a digital payment instrument in the form of an application or software. E-wallet is used for financial data storage, digital money storage, and online transactions between users. The advantages of e-wallet are more efficient transactions, easier financial management, low risk, reduce the spread of viruses and bacteria, and many interesting promotions from service providers. There are several popular e-wallet providers in Indonesia, such as GoPay, OVO, Dana, and Link Aja. The difference between e-wallet and e-money is that e-money is chip-based electronic money, where a chip is embedded in a card, while e-wallet is electronic money based on a server. E-wallet is in the form of an application on your smartphone. Users can have e-money without the need to register. On the other hand, e-wallet requires clear and complete registration in its use. For e-money, the maximum balance that can be topped up by users is 2 million rupiah. For e-wallet, users can top up in much larger amount. E-wallet is also integrated with e-commerce, making it easier for us to shop. I believe many of you are already using e-commerce. E-commerce is a business model of buying and selling on the internet. With e-commerce, we can meet our needs during the restriction on community activities. Besides that, e-commerce makes it easy for everyone to start a business and earn extra income. Everyone can start their business without having to worry about the cost of renting a shop. Many features are advantageous for sellers. Besides, marketing the product can be adjusted to the desired target market. Some of the popular e-commerce in Indonesia include Tokopedia, Shopee, Bukalapak, Lazada, and Blibli. Tips for starting a business in e-commerce. First, find product ideas and don't forget to find suppliers and define market. Second, do research on competitor and innovate to make your product different. Third, promote your shop on social media. So, what are you waiting for? Let's start your small business and build the Indonesian economy to be great. In relation to SDGs indicator number 4, namely quality education, we want to provide knowledge about the use of digital platforms at challenging time, especially during this pandemic, with the hope equitable use of digital platforms for everyone. In addition to indicator number 4, SDGs indicator number 8, namely good jobs and economic growth, is also an important discussion. We hope that this explanation can provide insight in increasing the productivity of the Indonesian economy.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Novi Dwi Lestari dari anggota Karang Taruna Kelurahan Geluran. Di sini saya akan menyampaikan pendapat saya mengenai sisi negatif dari penggunaan media sosial. Sisi negatif dari penggunaan media sosial adalah adanya rasa kecanduan dalam menggunakan media sosial yang mengakibatkan saya menjadi malas dan menunda sebuah pekerjaan demi bermain media sosial. Contohnya, awalnya niat ingin mencari sesuatu, tetapi terkadang bisa merambah ke aplikasi lain. Biasanya niatnya ingin membaca artikel ilmiah, kemudian merambah ke aplikasi-aplikasi lain di media sosial.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Rohman dari salah satu anggota Karang Taruna Kelurahan Geluran. Menurut saya sisi negatif media sosial itu banyaknya membikin berita-berita palsu atau berita-berita hoax agar masyarakat bisa terjaringnya ke satu ke antara yang lain. Nah, maka itu media sosial itu sangat berbahaya untuk kita semua. Karena kenapa? Karena kita membikin satu pun berita yang tidak sesuai realita atau tidak sesuai dengan di lapangan, lalu tidak ada semenit atau 2 menit itu sudah tersebar di beberapa wilayah atau beberapa daerah. Maka itu untuk membuat berita hoax itu sangat berbahaya dan sangat tidak dianjurkan untuk kita semua untuk membuat berita itu untuk melihat secara tidak langsung.
Hi, I'm Salwa from the Reef of Kedets Geluran. My 3 negative views on social media use are fake news, cyberbullying, and negative content. And how to tackle a fake news is to select a media which is completely reliable and don't take the news directly without saying the search first. Second, overcoming cyberbullying is by setting social media who bullies you, and always remember, whatever you share, you can share. And finally, a way to tackle negative content is to filter the search to block the content in collect and then report it. Hope it's useful. Thank you.